Public School. I'm your science teacher. We are learning chapter 8, motion. Now, we were doing the word problem, and I think today we are going to complete with this chapter. So, I'll just show you where we have stopped. So, we have completed this first, second, third, fourth, and fifth questions. We are on the sixth one. If you see this question, it has given graph. Now, if you see here, what they have given is what is the what is which of the three is now traveling the fastest. Now, if you see here, there are three objects, right? And they were being plotted on distance versus time graph. Okay. So, anyways, it is a straight line that informs that it is a uniform motion, but we have to compare these three motions A, B, and C, right? The first question tells us which of the three is traveling the fastest. Now, how do you get this thing, which one is traveling the fastest? So simple, in a race, when you talk about, you always say that the one who has taken less time to complete the path is the fastest, the one who have taken less time. Okay, so if you see here, right, they all start at this one, and in order to reach at the distance, the height, you have to see the height, that is the distance, right? Now B, A, and C, almost they all are at the same height, right? But if you see, the time taken by B is the least and the time taken by A is the most. So here what we can say is, right, as what I have already given you the solution. So which one is the fastest? B is the fastest. Why? Because of the time. So in the answer only I gave you. Why? Because the time taken by part B is the least. Now let's see the next question. All the three ever at the meet at the same point on the road? Have a look. All three, if you see, here they meet at one point, here they meet, but all three they never meet at one point. So what is the answer? No, they never meet at the same point. All three don't meet. Two they are meeting, but we are talking about three. Let's see the third one. Since there are 7 unit areas of the graph between 0 and 4 on the y-axis, right? See, how far is C travel when B passes A? If you see, this B passes A is here, right? B passes A is here. How far is C travel, right? How far is C travel? So if you see here, okay, so how far is C travel when B passes A? When B passes A, right? How, again read the question, how far has C travel when B passes A, right? When B passes A, let me tell you. Okay, so if you see, see a little very properly. B passes A here, somewhere here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let me show you here only. So if you see here, this is your B, and where is your A? This is your A, somewhere here. So when your B passes A, right, they say when your B passes A, right, when your B passes A, how far is your C? How far is your C? Okay, let's see. So where is your C? If you see properly, the C is between, your C is between 0 to 4. If you see the graph of C, it is between 0 to 4, right? So what is the distance it cover? 4 by 7. Okay, now fourth question, if you see, right, wait, sorry, so let me again draw the graph. So here your C is here, Your C is here. Actually, that graph I need to plot, then only I can get you clear idea. So it's somewhere here. This is your C. This is your A. So this point where you have to touch here from the graph, this is a rough diagram. Then this is the distance which you have to measure from here to here. Now if you see one box means this one small. So one box we can say it is 4 by 7 kilometer. So this is 4 units. This is 4 units. So 1 unit, as what I say, is 4 by 7. Then 4 unit is what? Right? 4. So basically this and this. This is, okay, this. So here this is 8. This is at 8. And here this is at 4 into 4 by 7. That is 16 by 7. So this is 16 by 7. And if you subtract 8 from 16 by 7, you get 5.71 kilometer. So what is your distance? 5.71 kilometer. Okay. Now let's see the third questions. Okay. See, in D question is not there in most of our book. So we will ignore these questions right now. Right. Now let's see the next question. A ball is gently dropped. Drop means what? The person is holding. So initial velocity u is equal to 0 meter per second. Understand this thing. When you are holding something and when you drop, the initial velocity is 0. Second thing, right? The height is 20. So basically s is 20 meter because that is the distance traveled by a ball. Acceleration is given as 10 meter per second square. Okay. And what did they ask you is with what velocity is going to strike. So we have to find out v. Okay. So simple, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. This is what we have to get it. Now let's just put the value of all this thing here. Right. So first of all they are asking this thing. So v square, this is 0 square, 2, a is 10 and s is 20. So v square is equal to 400. So v is equal to 20 meter per second. Now we are going to find out time. So time is what? V is equal to u plus at. Now put all the values here. V is 20, u is 0, a is 10, and we have to find out t. So 20 is equal to 10t. So t is equal to 20 upon 10. So it is 2 seconds. So we get our answer as 20 and t is equal to 2. So this is how we get our answer. Right? Now let's see the 8th question is what they are saying. Okay, this is again the graph. If you see how far the car have traveled after 4 seconds. So if you see the car has traveled after 4 seconds, that is 12 meter, right? After 4 seconds. And which part of the graph represents uniform motion? So from 6th second you can say it is going to be a straight line. Okay. Now again this is a word problem. Let's see the 10th question. So 10th question, as what you see, an artificial satellite is moving in a circular orbit. So this is an artificial satellite moving in a circular orbit with radius. Now this is the given radius. So r is equal to 40 to 50 kilometer. Okay, 42,000, and the time is 24 hours. Now they ask you velocity, right? Now I told you one thing, remember, for a circular motion v is equal to 2 pi r upon t. Yes. So you have to put all this value here. This is 22 by 7. This is 42550. Now here we are not converting it into meter per second. Why we are not converting into meter per second? Because already it is in one system. Here it isn't given in kilometer and here it is given in hour. You can still convert it into meter or in second, but still it is going to be a long calculation, right? So when you solve this, it is 11,065.4 kilometer per hour. Okay, so make sure you put your formulas properly. With this we have completed our chapter motion. Okay, still if you are not getting any word problem or anything, you can feel free to ask me. From tomorrow we are going to start with the next chapter of chemistry, second one. Okay, or else we'll take one biology chapter, that's a better one, the environment chapter at the end. So we'll take the uh, chapter from the environment section rather than chemistry. Okay, till then, bye, take care, I'll see you.